welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a veteran teacher with 24 years of experience, a mother of 3 adult daughters, and grandma to one-year-old boy, Grayson. On my channel, I'll be posting videos each week about instructional tips, teacher life, and work-family balance. Every week, you'll find stories that give you a glimpse into the real struggles many teachers face. You'll learn ways to deal with common teacher challenges and receive great resources you can adapt for any grade, whether it's preschool or high school. Be sure to click like and subscribe for new content, and comment below with your grade or subject area to introduce yourself.
Good morning. We are on our way to the school. I'm really tired. Are you tired, honey? This is the first time that I have been up this early in months. Since probably March 13th. Feels weird. And like my stomach hurts and my head hurts, and yeah, we're going into the school. The situation is that we have 3 more teacher work days. We were told to appear in person with social distancing, and we have some end of the year paperwork to do, but honestly, looking at it, it'll probably take us a couple of hours at most the next 3 days to do that. 5 minutes. He says 5 minutes.
It's already done.
Okay. Anyway, it always takes me longer because I do things in a detailed way. But our rooms are torn apart. They already have waxed the floors. So I don't know what we're gonna find when we get in there. There's a good chance that our furniture won't even be in our rooms. So I don't know exactly where we're gonna do said paperwork. It's gonna be interesting. All I know is I'm tired and I really wish that I was still in bed. Yeah. So we have to do like our end of the year meeting with our principal this week. Talk about next year's teaching assignments. Excuse you. And coffee. Anyway, finish our professional development plan, which we, it's just weird. It's just weird. Everything is weird. I don't know. Just the fact that they've already done the floors is weird, because normally that's something that they pretty much start doing like after we're gone. But I think they have to do sanitizing. They're going to use this Clorox 360 machine to sanitize everything with like micro particles. It's like micro spray or whatever. It's like they said electrostatic, I think. And I guess we don't even have to have all of our stuff put away. Like, it's supposedly not even going to get things wet the way that it's set up. I don't know. But I was glad to hear that, because that's less packing for us to do. But anyway, all my stuff is all over the counters to get it off the floor. And then when we walked through there on Saturday when there was graduation, all of the furniture was in the hallway. So I don't know. Anyway, not really sure what we're gonna find when we get there. And yesterday I tried to work on my grades. We use PowerSchool. I don't know how many states use that, but North Carolina uses PowerSchool. And for some reason, I didn't know of any scheduled maintenance windows. That was supposed to be last weekend, not this week. But when I tried to use PowerSchool last night to update some of my grades, it like stopped in the middle and said that it was a scheduled maintenance window. So apparently there's some surprise scheduled maintenance windows that I'm not aware of. So the one thing that I really wanted to get done first was make sure that my final projects are graded, which is my last grade of the school year. Pretty much everything else has been entered. I'm gonna go in and make sure that I didn't forget anything that students sent me last minute. I don't know how many of you listening out there have had a flood of last minute work from students, online work, but that's been our experience, that all of a sudden a bunch of kids, and I think it started because we were told to call home and speak with the all the parents and kind of give them a heads up on how we were doing the end of the year grading, because we had to explain the way that we're marking things for the final grade. Our state they've opted to do PC19 or WC19, which PC19 means that you passed the course during this time, and WC19 is that you didn't show enough evidence that you mastered the standards, which it's not a fail, it's kind of like a withdrawal, and you don't want that to count against their grades in their records or whatever. So we had to call and explain all of that, and, you know, ask parents if they were comfortable with what we intended to assign to them. So most of my grades have already been completed. There were a few things hanging out there, like I said, that kids turned in late that I still need to fix, and I need to make some more phone calls. So I guess that's what I can work on today. Hopefully Power School's going to be up, because if Power School's not up, then I can't even do the phone calls because I don't have access to the information that I need. So anyway, so I made a video yesterday and I had to delete it off YouTube because there was some sort of error when you if you haven't uploaded videos to YouTube. Here's how it works. So you upload the video and then it has to go through a processing cycle, and usually the processing cycle is done within like 30 minutes. I uploaded the video yesterday afternoon, or maybe it was like 5 o'clock, and then it was still processing when I went to bed late last night, like midnight. That should not be going on. I tried some different things, some fixes that I watched online. None of it worked. So finally, I just went in there and deleted it. So now I'm repeating. Basically, yesterday, sorry, we're riding up in the car, so this is a little shaky, obviously. This has been a very emotional end of the school year for me. Mainly because, number one, when we had graduation the other day, the students that were at graduation were the kids that were in our daughter's second grade, third grade, fourth grade class before we moved. We started in this district. Some of you heard my previous video in my bio about how we were in this district, and then we couldn't find a steady job for my husband, and so he needed to be somewhere where there were like closer opportunities. So we moved to the beach and moved away from this like rural area that we're teaching in now, and our daughters then went to school in a different place. So I've known these kids that are graduating now that we've come back. I've known them since they were, 7 years old. So it was pretty emotional. And the fact that our daughter's a senior this year also, it hits harder. But that's not the only thing going on right now. Graduation is always kind of like an emotional time. But our oldest daughter has an opportunity. We think she's going to be moving out of state, about 3 hours away from here, and our grandson obviously going with them. So it's a good opportunity for her, and I'm very happy for them. It's going to be a good school district for Grayson to grow up in, and good opportunities for him, and financially it'll be a better situation for them. So I'm very excited for them, but at the same time, like, it's just so hard because right now they're like 15-20 minutes away from our house, and we see them a couple times a week, and that's not going to be the case anymore. So I'm having a hard time with it. I'm just I totally support it, but at the same time it's just so hard on my mama heart. And then our middle daughter's, she's engaged, and she didn't want a long engagement, so they are getting married August 1st, and they just got engaged not that long ago. So that's also emotional, happy, but also like she's leaving the house and our baby is graduating, and it's just a lot all at once. So I'm pretty sure that my emotions have been frazzled anyway because of COVID-19 and all the changes that we've gone through, and this is that end of the year kind of letdown time anyway, so it's kind of a time where you just get weepy anyway and think about everything you've done with your students all year, and you know, it can be emotional if you're like a feeler like I am. Joe's just, he's okay over there, I think. It doesn't bother him the way that it does me. But I like pour my heart and soul into my classroom, into my kids at school, and also into my own daughter's lives. And like, as a mother, you know, I think letting go of your kids is one of the hardest things in the world, because you remember everything. Like, I remember all of those things that we did when they were little, and, you know, tea parties and playing house, and I don't know, reading them books. In the summertime, we would go to the library. I would take them to the pool all the time, and we'd have picnics, and like, I just had a really good time being a mom, you know? Like, that's probably my, I don't know, favorite thing that I've ever done is being a mother. And I love being a teacher, and, you know, it's so fulfilling to see the students that have grown up and now they have their own families, and they come back and say hi to me. Like, if they're not, you know, around here, they send me notes on Facebook or whatever. So I've kept in touch with a lot of my students, but like, letting go of those, not really letting go of the memories, but just letting go of your kids, and you know that they're ready, and that the goal of being a good parent is eventually for your kids to be independent and confident, and we've managed to do that. And our girls are wonderful people, and I'm so proud of them, but it doesn't make it any easier. So if y'all think about me, just say a little prayer for me that I'll be graceful and gracious in this situation, because I don't want them to feel guilty about what that stuff is doing to me, because these are great milestones for them, and good times for them, and they're just starting to make their memories that they'll have later on. So yeah, I'm very, very happy for them, and I support them 100%, but it's been tearing me up lately. So anyway, I also want to say a little word about the channel. I've been talking to some of you in the comments, and some of you have sent me private messages to tell me some of the things that you'd like to see on here. And I've got some requests for new teachers, or teachers that are new to science, or teachers that are going back to science after teaching other subjects for years, and it's so different now. So I've had some people ask me to do some videos on how do you get started when you're a beginning teacher in a science classroom, or when you're a teacher returning to science after a long time and the curriculum is just different. So I'm going to do a series of videos this summer while I'm preparing for next year, and I'm especially going to focus on some distance learning tips. I'm also going to be involved in, I believe, a curriculum planning committee at my school district to address some of the needs that we've seen from our test drive of distance learning, and make plans for next year, and that's going to include some lesson plans. So I will keep you up to date on that, and I'm also going to do a little bit of tips and information on NGSS, which is the new science standards that are out there. Our school district, well, I should say our state, has not gone to NGSS yet, and I think that's coming in the next couple of years. I'm not sure exactly what our set date is for that, but I intend to really dig into that and learn more about it this summer. And as I do that, I will share with you, because I have had some people that have said they just need NGSS for dummies. So those are the things that I'm planning on doing videos on here. If you have something else that you would like to see, please post a comment below this video and let me know, and I will try to put out content that matches the things that you're trying to do in your classroom over the summer to get ready for next school year. I'm going to let you go now, but Everybody have a great day, and wherever you're at in your school year, I hope that you end well. As always, don't forget to work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen.